Hi everyone, David here. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for coming back for another video, or welcome if it's your first one. Thanks for joining us. Are you doing okay? I hope so. I'm a little bit worn out. It's been a bit of a strange transition from winter to spring. Cherry blossoms have come and gone very quickly, and we're in a kind of not sure if it's going to be hot or cold or humid or dry. Yesterday it was pretty wet. I decided to do one of these Nazotoki games. This is a game I could play on the Hanshin Line, which takes us between Osaka and Kobe. I've made a video about the Nazotoki games already, so check that out if you want to know what I'm talking about. But it involved a lot of brain power, a lot of stamina. My feet are killing me. I did about 19,000 steps yesterday in the rain. It didn't stop raining the whole time, so I'm a little bit worn out. So I'm going to stay inside today and talk to you about a new series that I'm starting. Well, it might start, it depends on if it catches on. I've of course made recommendation videos before about Osaka. Of course, the best 50 places to go. That's my kind of magnum opus, so please check that one out. But I thought there's a lot of places to go in Osaka, so I thought I would let you know if some places are worth it or not. And I thought today I would start with Namba. As you might know already, or if you've listened to this channel before, Namba is kind of the south downtown hub of Osaka. I'd say, I think this is kind of changing over time, but Umeda is the big kind of northern hub, and then Namba is the southern hub. They're connected by the Midosuji Metro Line. But Namba is probably seen as a slightly lesser of the two areas. And is it worth it? Should you just stay in Umeda, or should you go somewhere else? That's what I want to talk about today. So I'm going to do one of those narration videos. I'm going to explain what you can see in Namba, and we'll talk a little bit more on the other side about how to get there and yeah, stuff like that. So if you haven't done it already, please subscribe to this channel. That would help me a lot. I can see 1,000 on the horizon. I'm not sure if it's going to come this year or not. Please help me out. Please like this video, please share it with your people who are interested in Japan, or people who are coming to Osaka, and also leave a comment. I'd love to hear that. What do you recommend in Namba, and what place do you want me to check out next? So yeah, maybe this will be a series, maybe it won't. Depends on how many people like and subscribe, I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to hand over to myself, and I'll see you on the other side. Thank you. Okay, let's kick things off at Namba Nankai Station. Now, Nankai is a private rail company which runs south from Namba down to Wakayama and also Kansai Airport. There's a nice long escalator down from the third floor platforms. And if you go straight through here, you can get to this newly made plaza. On the left is Marui Department Store. There's Edion in the back, Takashimaya Department Store as well. And the Nankai Rapids sign on the top of that building. I don't know why there was a big laser beam going into space. This was part of the illuminations. And a lovely view down Midosuji Boulevard, which is a main road between Namba and Umeda. Now, Namba has a lot of restaurants and these kind of covered arcades called Shotengai. But if you go through here, you can get to Ura Namba, which is the kind of, literally the behind Namba. And you can see lots of kind of small restaurants. You can sit outside if you want, if you don't mind the mosquitoes in the summer. Standing bars, there's a horse meat restaurant over there, Chinese food, Singaporean food, lots of kind of back alley restaurants, yeah, all sorts of things over there. I think that's called Enya. I think I've been there before. It was quite a nice restaurant. And yeah, just eat what you like. Now nearby Ura Namba is Denden Town. This is close to the Nipponbashi train station, famous for its otaku goods, including Super Potato, which is a retro gaming shop. You can find all of these retro gaming consoles, including Mega Man, those N64 games. You can find all sorts of games, even things like the Virtual Boy, not a rare thing. So this is great for all the geeks out there. Even got some Game Boy things there. Buy some more Game Boys if you want. And finally, yeah, even more expensive retro goods behind the glass case, and other various merchandise you can buy as well. So check out Super Potato. But Denden Town has more than that. It's got a lot of kind of arcades as well. We've got these arcade machines for catching prizes or just getting little medals to trade in. Of course, there's limited goods you can get from your favourite anime or favourite characters. And of course, gacha machines all over the place, all different kinds. So you can spend your spare change there. There's anime shops. You can buy a lot of manga, all sorts of things for your popular culture needs, and of course some arcades. We've got some retro arcades there. So if you fancy playing a bit of Street Fighter, this is the place. You can even dress up with your train driver's kit and play Densha de Go, so like a train driving simulator. Also near Ura Namba is the Namba Gran Kagetsu, which is a stand-up comedy Yoshimoto theatre, and also Dogoyasuji, which is the kitchen items shopping area. So you can buy all sorts of things for your home for eating. If you're deciding to start a restaurant, you can buy all the goods here as well. So it's not only home stuff. All sorts of decorations. You can get the red lanterns for the restaurants. Make your house look a bit more authentic. You can buy a giant maneki neko if you want. But if you don't have a space for that, you can buy some mini ones as well. Lots of nice touristy goods you can buy. And of course, the famous model food that Japan is famous for. You'll see that in all the restaurant windows. And if you've got even more money to burn, you can buy a samurai sword here. But even a humble kitchen knife is famous from Osaka City, so check that out. If you just want some fairly normal shopping, you can go to Namba Parks, which is a large shopping mall close to Denden Town, based on like a canyon-looking thing, so it's kind of interesting. On the top, you've got a beautiful roof garden as well. Nice to have a bit of a stroll when the weather's nice. But definitely check this out during the winter, because this gets transformed into an illuminated garden, popular for couples to go and hang out in the shrubbery and get some smooches and some nice little lighting things. Something to call that. Yep, so this is Namba Parks, but lots of nice restaurants here too if you're interested in getting some food. And if you like baseball, this is the old site of the Nankai Hawks home stadium, so there's a memorial gallery up there. They became the SoftBank Hawks and moved to Fukuoka. So there we go, some old banners too. Yeah, so definitely come to Namba Parks for some nice restaurants, some nice shopping, a little bit more upmarket than some of the stuff in Namba, so check that out. It's nice cinema there too. Okay, up next, if you want a bit of food shopping, you can go to Kuromon Ichiba, which is the kind of fish market area. So you can buy all sorts of things here, not only fish, but you can also go and get some fruits and vegetables. You can see a nice big grocery store here, kind of a wholesaler. You can get some bargains. Japanese fruit can be expensive though. You can get some meat as well, if you're feeling like having a barbecue while you're out here. And of course seafood as well. You can see all kinds of shellfish, some crabs there too. And even see some live puffer fish if you're really into that. So Kuromon Ichiba, it's getting a bit touristy now, but there is a lot of street food you can sample and enjoy. We've got a lot of tourists there these days. This is during COVID, so you can't really see those. But definitely check out Kuromon Ichiba, only about a 10-minute walk from Namba. Okay, also about a 10-minute walk from Namba is Namba Shrine. Even some of the locals don't seem to know about this one. This is famous for its large dragon stage in the middle there. So you see a lot of Instagram pictures of this one. But of course this is a regular shrine, so you can go and enjoy the peaceful surroundings in the middle of Namba. Nice bit of island of calm. Some nice cherry blossoms there as well. So definitely come here during the summer. It's nice and peaceful. And New Year of course as well, that's a good time. And also check out their schedule. You might be able to get lucky and see some events being held at the Dragon stage. But otherwise you can just take advantage of the quiet area and have your picture taken with it. Okay, another shrine here called Hozenji, which is quite close to Dotonbori. Very, very close. It's kind of tucked away in the side street. And there's a kind of nice mossy statues. You can see some services there. This was at New Year, so you can check things out in the first couple of days of the year. And another seasonal thing is at the Edion Arena, very close to Namba Parks. You can enjoy the sumo. This is held once a year in Osaka in March. It's held around Japan. I think there's about 5 or 6 other times it's held. And if you're lucky to get tickets, then you can enjoy some sumo wrestling. Of course, the final, like the end of the tournament's a bit more expensive and harder to get tickets for, but I'm sure you can get tickets on one of the days if you're willing to just watch anything. You can even walk backstage and see the wrestlers being paraded in. So definitely a unique experience. You can't really get a lot more Japanese than this. The rules are fairly easy to pick up. I mean, you can imagine them pushing them out of the ring, but check it out if you're interested in Japanese sports. Now, of course, I can't talk about Namba without mentioning Dotonbori. Dotonbori is kind of on the main Midosuji Boulevard, kind of halfway between Namba and Shinsaibashi, including the famous Glico sign. People like to take pictures in front of that. So it's a nice kind of retro feeling shopping street. You can see that giant crab. This is a famous restaurant. You can eat some crab there, and otherwise check out some sushi or takoyaki. The giant takoyaki there on the left, that's the octopus dumpling. You can even check out some freaky clowns. So a lot of local colour around Dotonbori, very interesting place to hang out. This is kind of the feeling of Namba, I suppose. You can wave at people on the river barges, and there's even a large Don Quixote there as well, one of the huge variety stores. I think there's 2 of them around, maybe 3 of them in Namba. They're very popular for tourists. So there we are, Dotonbori. But it's best to check out Dotonbori at night when things light up. Looks a lot more presentable. Have a nice walk. Again, this is during COVID, so there weren't so many people. But you can see the Glico sign, all these neon signs lit up. And do the pose in front of the Glico sign. So this is really the Osaka image I think a lot of people have. And check out the variety of restaurants there. There's a lot of tourist shopping as well there. If you want to pick up some souvenirs, definitely check it out. Again, we've got some takoyaki. Definitely check those out if you're in Osaka. That's the famous food of famous food of Osaka. Otherwise, just have a nice walk and enjoy your time in Namba. So I'm going to hand back over to myself. Thanks for watching. Hi, welcome back. Thanks for staying all the way to the end of that video. I appreciate it. And yeah, so there we go. That's Namba, and surprise, surprise, I think Namba is worth it. So that's good for my seal of approval. Yeah, Namba. Well, full disclosure, I used to work in Namba. I worked there for about 6 years, so that was kind of my home base for working anyway. And of course, hanging out after work as well. There's a lot of nightlife and restaurants around there, as you can see from that video. So definitely recommend going to Namba. Even staying there, that might be a good idea. Let me talk to you a little bit about the position of Namba, how to get there, and what it's useful for. So first of all, like I said, it's on the Midosuji Line. That's the main kind of central north-south metro line on the Osaka Metro. So that's convenient for that reason. It's also on the Senichimae line as well, which is the pink one. For tourists, I guess that's probably limited interest, but maybe there's something along there you'll find interesting. It's also, probably most importantly, it's on the Nankai line. It's the northern terminal for the Nankai line at the moment anyway. So if you're taking the Limited Express from Kansai Airport, then the Nankai Limited Express will finish at Namba Station. It also stops in a few other places like Shin Imamiya, which is on the Osaka Loop line. So that's very important too. Of course, Namba's not on the loop line, so it's a little bit less convenient for JR purposes. There is a JR number, but it's a bit of an awkward station to get to, and it's not really easily connected to anything else. It is also on the Kintetsu line and the Hanshin line. That's important because they actually share a line, so you can get a train all the way east in Nara. So the Kintetsu line mostly runs to Nara and onwards to other places like Nagoya and Mie. But also the what am I talking about? The Hanshin line. Like I talked about Hanshin line before, that goes off to Kobe in the west. So you could get a train from Kobe to Nara going through Namba, but please check your routes there. So yeah, it's kind of useful if you, especially if you're going to Kobe or Nara. But if you're planning to take the Shinkansen or going to Kyoto, it's probably a bit less useful. Umeda might be a bit better for you, or some other areas in the northern part of Osaka. But as you can see, there's lots of nightlife stuff to do. It's a lot less complicated than Umeda as well. So if you're just walking around, it's fairly easy to get your bearings. You can go from Nankai Station to Dotonbori fairly easily. You can go to the what did I say, the Dogoyasuji, Denden Town. That's all fairly easy walking distance from Nankai Station, from Namba Metro Station. And yeah, I think it's a nice place to hang out. It's easier than Umeda, I think. I feel like it's an easier walk for people who don't really know about Osaka. So definitely come to Namba, go to Dotonbori, all of those famous places. And yeah, I think that's all I had to say about that. So please let me know if you like this video, if there's any other questions you've got about Namba, and I'll answer them as quickly as I can. I do answer all the comments so far because I'm not that popular. I don't get that many. So until next time, please like, subscribe, comment, share. That will help me so much. You can't imagine how much it will help me. So please do it now. And see you next video. Take care. Bye.